This is Sprout from the Darkness. Here we are light and shadow workers, spiritual engineers, rainbow warriors, merging the knowledge of spirituality, mysticism, psychology, neuroscience, and philosophy to discuss topics and ideas that the greatest minds have pondered upon, yet which have also confused and divided so many, creating imbalances in us, the world, cosmos, and other realms. This created a disconnect from spirit and our soul's purpose. Unaddressed trauma and toxic environments cause our soul, psyche, to fragment, stunt our growth and development, which keep our innate potential dormant. It's an honor to share our spiritual recovery toolbox and testimonies with you. Delve into the self-exploration and elevation journey and share our gypsy jewels that can be the gems to help all uncover real solutions necessary to calm the raging storms of life and within so many of the masses that are overwhelmed by. Let us always remember that each has the one within whom can walk on water and command the wind to be silent and sea to quiet down. As a disclaimer, this content is for educational and entertainment purposes. The representations and events depicted in this video may not necessarily align with the views of the channel or its affiliates. Our depictions of characters in our story are based on personal experience, meaning based on opinion, belief, or statements derived from one's own lived experiences and observations. Essentially saying, this is what I have seen or gone through myself. A living toolbox of testimonies to grow the garden of our minds and glow that shine in our spirits. Wilderness is the preparation ground for purpose. Why? Without the wilderness, there would be no cross. Without the cross, there would be no resurrection. And without the resurrection, there would be no victory. From victim to victor, I am that I am. Living your passions, breaking down walls. What is passion? The definition of passion is a strong and barely controllable emotion, an extravagant enthusiasm or desire. To me, passions are what bring us joy, moments that make our spirit feel alive when we are engaged in something. Since I was a child, I've had a passion for writing, whether it was stories, poems, or music. Another passion I had growing up that has been embedded in my soul is to help others. I would always try to help friends who were experiencing toxic households because I had empathy towards their situations. At one point in my life, my mother told me, quote, "You're not the savior of the world. You must first save yourself," end quote. I realize now what she meant. I would never be of any service to others if I wasn't happy or complete within myself. A person drowning cannot help save another from drowning. Due to certain childhood experiences and traumas, I became less involved in pursuing my passions. My life went down a dark path. I rebelled, got into substance abuse, my mental health deteriorated. I became angry and lost my true self, that which the universe had made me to be. Another dark version of myself emerged. I didn't trust anyone. I was living solely on survival instincts, and I built a wall to keep people from getting too close to me. Behind that wall, I was ultimately afraid, alone, and sad. For the next 2 decades, I continued to live this destructive, toxic lifestyle. I hurt anyone and everyone who got too close to me. The phrase, quote, hurt people, literally described my life. My family and eventually even my children suffered. It all stemmed from my lack of loving myself, which reflected as being emotionally unavailable and disrespectful to myself and others. I had become, in a way, a monster. I was selfish, controlling, and full of rage. This little girl inside me, who was my true self, was held hostage behind that wall, secretly trying to find a way to escape, to be happy and full of love again. It was her hope and faith deep down that kept me alive. On December 5th, 2018, I was arrested and court ordered into recovery. It was that day that the little girl behind the wall was rescued. This past year has been such a humbling experience for me. It is the most painfully amazing journey I've ever experienced. I've learned to break down that wall and slay that monster I had become. I needed to heal. Now I know the only way I can heal is to align with and surrender to my higher power and or divine energy source. Creator is love, and only love and light can drive out the darkness. I had to learn forgiveness. Forgiveness to those who hurt me, and most importantly, forgiveness to myself for my past actions. No longer carrying the pain, guilt, shame, and regrets, the bricks of the wall started to break down. My true self has emerged and has begun to slowly and cautiously start trusting people. I can be transparent and vulnerable today with the faith that my story of experience, strength, and hope can be the testimony that will one day help break another's wall. My passions have reignited into a blaze of fire, and like a phoenix, I rise from the ashes of my old life, using my words to help others know it's possible to escape the darkness. With an open mind and willingness to change, lost dreams can awaken and new possibilities arise. If you have any questions, comment them below. Or if you can relate, share a testimony. We respectfully ask for replies to be considerate and with a unity-based mindset. Any disrespectful or degrading remarks will be deleted and the account owner blocked and or banned. Remember, dear ones, we each have a spark within us, our inner flame that is the match that lights a fire upon the world. Unfortunately, we have been diminished and hidden for far too long. That is no more. Now, let's ignite one another, together ablaze, forging the way to the world to come, the new earth, the messianic age, millennial kingdom of the Christos age of enlightenment. As one, we will plant new seeds, and all will sprout from darkness. Similar to plants' mycelium process, which is often likened to collective consciousness due to its intricate network structure, where individual filaments connect and communicate with each other, allowing the entire network to respond to environmental changes as a unified entity. Similar to how a collective consciousness might operate across a group of individuals. In agricultural terms, this concept is sometimes referred to as a fungal mind or wood wide web. In our one life concept, it is sometimes referred to as the universal monadic mind or world wide web. Web weavers hand in hand with the great I am, by all that is, everything that was, and the great things soon to come. Holy, 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 to the righteous one, Adonai.